Hey guys, how's it going? This is Tim, bringing you guys daily deals with Tim, where I talk about the latest news and deals on cryptocurrency, all for you guys. And before I begin, this is my personal opinion and not financial advice. Now today, I want to bring you guys some news that you probably know if you have been following Coinbase or Ethereum Classic, and that is Coinbase is adding Ethereum Classic support. Now, this hasn't been implemented yet, but this is going to happen in the future. And there was, I believe their announcement was very professional, unlike their Bcash support, in a sense that before their announcement, I believe there was some insider trading going on, but at least for Ethereum Classic, right as the announcement hit, the price is going up. So it really shows that they have been more professional in the sense in that they're not leaking information out there. But let's go through some announcement through their blog here. So they're pleased to announce their intention to add support for Ethereum Classic in the coming months. They're announcing this both internally and to the public, consistent with their process for adding new assets. Now, I believe they have a long list of process for adding new assets, and Ethereum Classic, I believe, is one of the coins that fit that process really well, as I believe it is one of the more decentralized cryptocurrencies, and it has pretty fair bit of community support, although there's not a lot of hype behind ETC unlike some other newer projects. But I believe there are some original supporters and kind of fundamental supporters of this project. Now, what does this mean for their products? As for Coinbase Custody, they plan to add support for ETC, same for Coinbase Markets, same for Coinbase Pro. And just one thing, Coinbase Pro is pretty much same thing as GDAX that they're going to swap to Coinbase Pro. Just call it that. There's going to be a little more UI and UX tweaks, but pretty much the same thing. But just check it out. There's also Coinbase Prime. Not too familiar with this, but the Prime team is planning to add support. Also, asset management, and generally, Coinbase will list assets only after they're listed on Coinbase Pro and Prime. And after evaluating factors like liquidity, price stability, and other metrics, they're going to add ETC to their Coinbase platform, which would be their mobile app and their website app. Now, there are some FAQs here. What is ETC and how does it differ from Ethereum? Now, ETC is a cryptocurrency as a result of hard fork, happened in July 2016. I'm really surprised that it took them almost 2 years to add ETC, as I believe ETC is closer to the original chain of Ethereum in a sense that they're keeping the immutability of cryptocurrencies. They haven't bailed out people's funds back into their wallets. It's simply my opinion, but I believe the fundamentalists rather have Ethereum Classic than regular Ethereum. Now, when will the trading be available? This will be announced in the future, but they haven't announced the exact date yet. Now, how will they roll out their support for this new asset? Again, they will announce the date, and then for customers on Coinbase Pro and Prime, so that they can begin placing limit orders. And also, once the resting market reaches sufficient liquidity, then they'll enable trading. Now, what geographies will you offer support for ETC? They plan to offer support ETC in all geographies where asset is compliant with the local law. So I believe probably US is going to be secure for support, and probably a couple EU states. But check out their website for compliant countries with Coinbase. And they go further on, but this one's interesting. What assets are you adding next? Now, they have previously announced their intention to support ERC20 tokens and Bitcoin forks. they'll announce the intention to add specific assets within those categories before engineering integration. So they're basically saying ERC20 tokens and Bitcoin forks. Now ERC20, they kind of hinted at ERC20 token supports through their acquisition of Paradox, which is a decentralized exchange primarily for ERC20 tokens. So I believe there's going to be some integration there. But if I'm predicting, I believe some of the ERC20 tokens will be something like OMG or BAT, maybe Pay token, but I'm not sure. But there's going to be ERC20 tokens, perhaps within this year or maybe next year. But I know that Coinbase takes a long time integrating assets and such. So just stay frosty out there and look out for updates. Also for Bitcoin forks. Now, I'm not too sure which Bitcoin forks they're going to add, because as there are more forks out there, it just becomes less valid in my opinion. So forks like Bitcoin Gold has been already hacked or 51% attacked. And other than Bitcoin and Bcash, I just really don't see a lot of other forks that are valid or fundamentally sound. Like I know there's Beagle, there's Bitcoin Diamond, but those are not really relevant in my opinion. So they'll probably release the forks, but I'm not sure if they're going to trade the Bitcoin forks. Just my opinion though. And they also they announced that if you had Ethereum on GDEX during the time of the hard fork, then and they did not withdraw ETC, and they will receive ETC credit when trading launches. But there are some specifications here. Note that Ethereum was only supported on GDEX at the time of the July 2016 hard fork. Support for Ethereum on Coinbase consumer interface was added after the hard fork, so exchange users that had Ethereum balances were subsequently eligible for ETC withdrawals. So if you had Ethereum on GDEX during the hard fork, I believe you will be accredited, even though you missed the time to pull out the ETC fork. But anyways, that is the this was around a week ago, but I didn't have time to cover it. But here it is, guys. If you are excited for Ethereum Classic, this will be a good news, as you will have, if you use Coinbase, you will have an easy access to trade Ethereum Classic. And yeah, through Coinbase, there's going to be some institutional managers and perhaps hedge funds like Barry Silbert or like the Grayscale company. Similar companies like that will be interested through Coinbase. And Ethereum Classic has one of the most fundamentally sound kind of direction, in my opinion, after maybe Bitcoin. But so I kind of put it in a similar category as maybe like Litecoin or Monero. But yeah, I'm still excited for their support, and we'll see how this goes. But personally, for me, I do like Ethereum Classic, but it's not really exciting for me. It's like one of those kind of solid coins out there, but I really want to see some real use cases and something that developers develop through this Ethereum Classic, perhaps applications, as that is kind of what Ethereum concept is for, is to provide applications. But so far I haven't seen a lot of applications even through Ethereum or Ethereum Classic. I know there's like CryptoKitties for Ethereum, but come on, it's not really an application. It's more of a game and collectible. I don't really consider it beneficial, for me at least. So I'm hoping that Ethereum Classic will show us something new or different that will kind of help the average Joes out there like me. And I do see something similar to like an application through Callisto. If you guys remember, that was a hard fork that happened a couple months back, and Callisto is actually helping audit the smart contracts and also giving an option to the Callisto holders of cold staking, which is putting your fund into a smart contract, and then after a certain time you will get incentive or kind of reward back for staking your Callisto. Something like that maybe for ETC or some other use cases, but I am excited for further news and I'll keep you guys updated. So this is it for today. If you guys like this kind of content, like this video, comment below, and smash the subscribe button. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, check out the links below, and I really appreciate that. And as always, I'll bring you guys more deals on Daily Deals with Tim.